Hey guys, welcome to another episode. So today, where's that button? There we go. I downloaded newest patch. So typically near the end here, I've been liking to just start a new game. Some funky things go on that usually don't happen when you don't start a new game. So I have to redo the catacombs, but I don't really think it'll be an issue. So this got changed.
May the spirit of Arcane protect me.
Which, I'm pretty sure before that I could use this. Before I got off last time, I grabbed this, and I bought a couple wands. So, Wand of Identifies are just such a time saver. This is the one I found first, but later on I was like, oh, they can actually roll offensive rolls. So, I got this, and it's actually really cheap for Identify wands. They're like, I think 1,200 gold or 1,700 gold for either of these. And then just for testing, I got this one. I had seen one last night, and I was like, I won't buy it. I'll just buy it later when I get the money. But right now, I think the idea with the patch is that Mortar doesn't want, necromancers, any of these summoners to be casters. So that's why the wands of mana are likely just garbage now. But they still exist, and they didn't morph when I bought it, so that does say something. I'm not going to use it right now. It just, yes, I'll use this one right now. Yeah, once I get like a reasonable amount of gold to where I actually could have bought it, I'll use the mana wand. And right now, I don't really think it should be necessary for me to use mana, quite frankly. I guess I don't have my hotkeys set up. Well, no matter. Alright, let's try this. Also, a lot of big changes, even though it wasn't a huge list. Oh, invisible enemies. But a huge one that never got fixed, but it's fixed now, is that enemies will not be targeted by... Oh damn, double trapped. They won't be targeted by Bone Spirit, Elemental, or I think one other skill. If they can't be hit by it, I think Telekinesis. So that's huge. That's such a waste of time when undeads are in the match. That just kind of happens. So, honestly, a welcome change. And I think the only reason that got discovered, despite how much I've played Mage, is just now the streamers, Gavin and Quasit have been playing these classes pretty much exclusively over the last few days. So, apparently those are the only spells that you can really muster, or cast more than, without the cooldown. And that's Hydra, Bone Spirit, and Hydra? Elemental? I don't know if Elemental counts or not, but... Oh, I actually saved pretty early there. Not bad. Also, there's cold damage now. There's one enemy AI that has it. I don't know, it was named Hebe, or Habibi, in the actual changelog. I don't know what that refers to, but I'm sure it's just kind of like Balrogs, they dance around the outside and they fire, they get a little closer, they use Inferno, then they go in for the kill. Just kind of like that, or hidden AI. So that one AI will be attributed to all cold damage. And it's got a nice range on them. And I guess other news was after talking with people on the Discord, it had already been thought up. And usually this is the case with new ideas and stuff. I think up things and it's just kind of like a fairly obvious point, like, you know, walking through your minions. But it was already thought of before. Mortar and the team had tried to implement it at the start of whenever they made the summoners, but it just didn't work, so that makes sense. All of it just kind of comes together. It's not because, you know, people like to think that they have these great ideas, but in reality it's just there's some kind of coding stopping the ideas from happening, so that's life. I can't really do anything about it. It is good to know that it was thought of before, and it's, you know, it's not just, you know, one of those things that too lazy to implement or something like that. Also, I got some screenshots of an Iron Man summoner. I think it was a Beastmaster or Necromancer or Demonologist. But it was in Purgatory, the end of Purgatory. And it had some crazy HP on his guy. I think it was like close to 15,000 HP. So the HP perk seems a little lackluster. It's kind of, I wouldn't say it's terrible, but like if I was gonna go for endgame, that seems like 500 HP is nothing. But I think it was his tank or his fighter. It wasn't just like his I don't know what these are called. Underlings. The one you can summon 7 of. Also, the damage got up to about, I think it was 200 on that guy. So the plus 25 damage might actually be pretty powerful. If I just thought 7 times 25 damage at max level, that's quite a bit of damage from these guys. Let alone anything that's melee, but you know, especially with range damage, that's key. Close one. That was my bad. I easily could have dodged that. It's just being a poor player. I didn't really realize, but the damage is shown on the bottom. I was trying to count it up in my head, and on the, you know, taking regeneration into play and stuff like that, it's just like, I don't know why I bothered. Obviously not needed. Oh wow. That's a little bit of a hike.
And so
But something else to take into consideration is that because it's an Iron Man character, that character would probably be all the way in Doom, like mid to late Doom. So having those kind of stats is a little bit skewed. But I still think that, you know, people in Iron Man aren't going to be finding top tier gear. They might find like, you know, semi-good gear or whatever, but if you could get like max stats on everything, I'm pretty sure that 500 HP is not going to be a big issue. It had 99 accuracy, but again, I don't know if that's because he had some items to boost it or not. And there was a bug taken out. I was kind of curious to try it myself. Use something like mana or summon or, you know, staff recharge and refresh your cooldowns. I heard about it and I thought, okay, well that would still give quite a bit of boost to damage, but it's still just a hassle to play with, to have to cycle through two things, one different spell to use the spell that you want. It still would make it OP and everything, but it's like the third firebolt I missed on this guy. Huh. Okay, so I still get mage. Wait a minute. So I can wear mage silk gloves, but I can't wear the mage starter wand. I just don't, yeah, okay, that's possible. Maybe my stats just aren't high enough to wear the... the Wand of Mana that the mage starts with. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but it's pretty sure that I had the stats to wear it. I'll double check before I go down to the next level. The only reason I could see Wands of Mana not working is if the base mana on this subclass is just too poor. And typically I've only seen that happen on my assassin, where, you know, we use mana, like a mana charge on a mage, it's much better. You get about half your mana. But on the assassin it was really bad. I tried getting her up to like 670 mana for mushroom runs and it was just terrible. Definitely not worth using. Of course, using Mage Eye is also an option. I don't know if it's in the Hell 2. I'm pretty sure it is, but it's just harder to find, or it's just rarer. Maybe it comes at higher levels. I honestly forget, but... I think the armor got up to 20 or something, so this would honestly be pretty good. Just because they're nowhere near hitting cap. HP starts scaling pretty crazy up to 500, but again, it seems like a bad one to add into. Armor class. Honestly, probably not a good idea. I'll just wait for now. Yeah, I can read Arcane Star now. Very nice. It seems like just going for the minions is better. The less targets they have, the more they can focus on just killing one. It's a little expensive to use Arcane Star, but at least it has a hotkey that's always there. So I don't have to fiddle with anything, it's just always going to be at the same spot. So I'll probably use it, and it's not like my mana's going to go down that fast. Oh, whoops. Nice. I think that'll give me 2 magic. Yeah, 2 magic. Excellent find early on. Oh yeah, Arcane Star does 115 damage. Oh. Holy Bolt actually does about the same damage. I'm surprised. I thought that Firebolt was much lower. Maybe it scales with magic pretty well.
I cannot carry any more.
Plus 3 spell levels to that? I don't know. Honestly, no. It's cool, but it's like I'm not worried about Firebolt right now. I want to get away from Firebolt as soon as possible. Let's see, dexterity. Stun threshold is actually pretty good, but I don't know. Alright, just double checking here. Yeah. Yeah, I can definitely wear this stat-wise. The only reason this is exited out, but other mage items aren't, is to avoid early level mana exploitation. Oh, I forgot to grab Arcane's Valor. So used to running away.
I have no room.
Don't even have to look at that. Oh, what? Oh. Oh, this has negative all attributes. What a hassle. Well, I guess when I level up I can wear it. That'd be good enough. Yeah, probably get rid of that. I'm gonna save this for the Chamber of Bone. 1 DFE or 4 armor class. Honestly, I don't know. I shouldn't really bother worrying about stuff like that. Quasi gave his thoughts on what he thought about the summoners so far late game. Granted, he only played Iron Man and Nightmare mode and stuff like that, but still, I think it's a reasonable opinion that Beastmasters are amazing early on, but later on, like, mid to end game. It's just kind of annoying because they have so many melee minions. They don't have any range minions. Where the Necromancer seems like it's favored for endgame because they have 7 range minions, which is huge, that don't have to deal with like AC or anything like that. And then they still have their tanks along with golems, so they should be fine. And then I think Demonologist was like the second best, or in the middle, I'm not sure. It has some ranged enemies, but just not as many as the Necromancer. So I guess I'm happy with the decision I made. Plus I just like the look of the Necromancer, white and black. Just looks really nice. I don't really like orange very much. Man, I'm whiffing hard on these spells, jeez.
I cannot carry any more.
Velvet gloves, you say? I honestly don't know why these are made. Like 1 armor class versus like, you know, 0 armor class isn't really a huge jump. I guess for a class that has almost no armor class on its gear, or shouldn't have any, it's, you know, maybe a big difference. 2 armor class total. Can I tank? I'm not gonna tank. Man, whiffing so hard. Well, that worked in a roundabout kind of way. I'm such an idiot. Get out of the way. Well, it kind of sucks because my one archer can... They have the archer glitch themselves, where they'll fire across corners that they can't make the shots for. Oh, wait a minute. I can summon 5 of these? What? Wow, this is amazing. I don't even have... Yeah, I have 1 extra spell level. I can't... Maybe it's based on magic. I didn't know that. Well, whatever. I'm really happy. That's much, much faster. Oh, wait, no. I just... What? I could have swore I had 5 up. No, I guess I'm crazy. It's funny how fast, like, you're willing to accept something that you're, 99% sure isn't gonna happen, but just so hopeful. And I heard them talking about acid resist and whether or not it works or not, and I honestly forget what the verdict was. I think it was originally set in Diablo to be something like magic resist and physical resist, or it had like its own special thing, its own special resistance that you couldn't obtain. But I'm sure if it's not fixed, the fix is coming eventually, so not worried about it. I've been doing just fine without it to this point, so I'm sure it's not a big issue. Playing safe is probably the bigger component. Chamber of Bones probably going to be pretty tight at the start. I'm not sure how I'm going to fare. I think if I can get on 1 more level, I can wear this and I'd probably be okay. debating doing a couple runs through level 7 and 8. Hopefully find one of the summoning books. I think the Chamber of Bone has one for me. I don't know if it's this spell book or if it's the new one, but hopefully it's the new one so I don't have to go fishing through Agia for it. Well, this would probably be better. That's a really nice image too. Really like Inferno image. Bravo. So, let's say about 83 damage versus... Well, I guess it's hard to compare because it's damage over time. Pretty sure Inferno does crazy damage at the start. I'll try it out. If I start one-shotting things. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure it does more. I don't know why I do that. It's like I just forget what I was doing the entire time. Oh yeah, that thing kicks ass. Ooh, 2 rings. Good stuff. Boom. +1 spell levels. Awesome. Can I take this? Yeah, I can definitely take this off. That's good. I'm gonna try the Hospitaler's Cape in town, see if getting that magic +3 spell levels is enough to make me summon another one. I don't think it is, but worth a shot. Honestly, I'm having way more fun now. I don't know if it's just because, well, evidently it's because of the enemies I'm fighting. Even scavengers don't seem like they're too tough, but the winged demon is just a terrible enemy to fight at the start. I have this theory that if you let an enemy come right next to you within attack range, he slows down more than if you just kind of ran away, like across the screen. I don't really know what gives me this feeling. It just seems like usually if you run away, you can avoid one attack, not too bad. No doubt if you get pegged, you know, by 2 enemies, it's like, okay, that's kind of game over, but... So, I'm gonna keep trying it for now. It probably looks like I'm playing really poorly, which obviously I need some practice, but... I think the more time I can waste and let my enemies pour damage onto them, the better off I'm gonna be late game. My philosophy in playing recently has been trying to, I don't know what you'd say, like build up good habits from the start so that later on it's not this big shock. You know, everything does a crazy damage and you're like, oh, I'm not putting up firewalls, I'm not putting up anything, what happened? I used to be able to just go in hard. And hopefully that will work out. For now, I'm gonna call it quits here, repair some stuff, drop off some potions, and then head for the Chamber of Bone. Catch you guys next time.